this is Ben, and I hope everyone out there is doing well. Well, it's a new year. I've been playing with a new setup, and this year I want to try something a little bit different on the channel. I want to provide a little channel update here, as well as to give some background to this specific video. So if you're not interested in that, please do just use the chapters below to skip right to where the content starts. As you might imagine, my regular style of video making takes a long time to produce. There's a lot of research that goes into them. They're fully scripted, usually 45 plus minutes long, and they're edited using my now extensive library of just painstakingly acquired footage from on-the-ground visits over the last 10 plus years or so. Honestly, even though videos like these ones take a little bit of my soul with them every time I do it, it turns out this is just the way that I make content. I can't help myself. I want to be happy with what I put out, and I like to provide enough context to support what I'm saying, as well as trying to make it as visually appealing and convincing and as high a quality as possible. I'll really never stop working this way and producing this sort of long-form content, so don't worry about that. The reality is though, amongst everything else that I have going on these days, it's tough for me to keep up a cadence of even just one of these types of videos a month. I've tried other methods to compensate for this a little bit in the past. I do have a second YouTube channel, Uncharted X Live. I put less produced content on there. I do occasional live streams here on YouTube as well as on Twitch, and I have some help cutting those up into highlight reels that end up on that second channel. There's in fact a bunch of them up there now if you want to check it out. I also have a, at this point, very sporadically released audio podcast, and I also do my best to provide the odd bit of unique content for patrons and channel supporters. So why am I talking about that, and why is it relevant to this video? Well, something that I've always struggled with in my content and in my footage is the ability to record good on-site video with audio. You may have noticed in previous videos I've struggled with wind noise, things like that, and different mic sources for those on-the-ground shots where I'm trying to mix in the actual audio. Well, that's a situation that I've now fixed, and honestly it's something I should have done years ago. I have a new mic set up and it works really well. I used this new setup on a recent 3-week trip in Egypt, and honestly the footage just turned out great. I spent several dedicated days with my brother from another mother and very good friend Yousef Awyan, visiting sites like the Giza Plateau, Saqqara and Memphis, as well as recording on several days throughout the tour that we hosted in December. So what I would like to do is to start sharing some of that footage with you all. Think of it as a slice of life walk and talk exploration of pretty specific, interesting areas on ancient sites, with Yousef and I talking through them live and on the ground. I want these videos to be shorter than my normal content, a bit more easily consumable, and I want to be able to intersperse them amongst my regular long-form scripted content. And in fact, this video right here is serving as something of a stopgap. I wasn't really planning on putting this out until another month or so later in the year, but as usual, it's taking me longer than I expected to finish up on the video that I've been grinding on. That video is a very long overdue and quite comprehensive update to the vase scan project and the work that's been going on around it. A lot has happened on that project in 2024, and even more is going to happen in 2025. The project itself has progressed quite a lot. It has some serious momentum behind it now. And look, I didn't make a specific vase video in all of 2024, so it's definitely time to fix that. Now, the script for this new video is basically done, but as usual, it's a little over 10,000 words, and I'm off to Peru here for a week in just a few days. So there's no chance that I'll be able to get this edited together and complete and uploaded in that short amount of time, at least not to a point that I'd be happy with it. It takes me forever to edit these things and get them to a point where I'm actually happy with them. So long story short, you can see why I'd like to be able to get these shorter walk and talk videos out in amongst my regular longer form content. I think that these shorter videos are very interesting, and it's a very good chance to see what it's like to visit these sites if you've never had the chance to go on tour with Yousef or myself. I have a bunch of these banked up. We've got a bunch of days of footage. Just the walk and talk at Giza has several hours of footage on it. We went to a lot of different areas. I do hope to release these over time, so please do let me know in the comments if you like them. So what are we talking about today? Well, today we're looking at what has always been a fascinating part of the Giza Plateau to me, the area around the Great Causeway of the Middle Pyramid Complex, the one that runs between the Valley Temple and the Middle Pyramid at Giza. This particular area is a mysterious part of the plateau. On the northern side of the causeway, there are a whole bunch of these massively deep shafts that run down into the bedrock, and they seem to have what could possibly be horizontal shafts going off and tunnels running off from them. We don't really know how deep they are. I'm not sure if they've ever been fully excavated. Certainly I can't find any records of it, and finding any real information on them in general is quite difficult. While they're located very close to and quite similar in nature to the enigmatic Osiris shaft, some of these other shafts seem to be attributed to the 26th dynasty, which is very much in the later periods of ancient Egypt. Perhaps I'd like to think it's a bit more accurate to say that 26th dynasty burials were found in them, but I'm not sure that means that they built them. And as you'll see, I think there's evidence for significantly more subterranean structures and work going on here than is currently visible on the surface today. As always, sincere gratitude to those who support Uncharted X through the value for value model. You guys are helping to keep the lights on over here. And if you're interested in supporting the channel through the value for value model, all of the details on how to do that are up on my website at unchartedx.com/support. I hope you enjoy this walk and talk on the Giza Plateau. Cheers.
I wonder, why did they close this gate?
To the Sphinx?
This one, right here. Because people used to visit and come out from here and continue walking.
Yeah, it is weird that they've closed that off, huh? I don't know why. It's a weird fence.
Energetically, right. Maybe that's why they closed it.
The what?
Energetically, you know?
Yeah, energy, yeah, like stopping people from actually experiencing the full causeway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So before we go and see the
cracks,
spaces between the blocks that still taking sand until today, we want to share some of the things here. The area that used to belong to the Italians from the back of the Sphinx until the Middle Pyramid.
Yeah.
And then after World War II, it was taken from the Italian and given to the Americans. I actually didn't believe my eyes when I was reading this article, the old article that I found in my father's belongings. But
yeah,
like I didn't find any other document or source that talks about how the Giza Plateau is actually divided among big countries. And
yeah, the archaeological teams, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, what the English get, what the Italians get.
Yeah.
The Germans.
It looks like it's been going for a long time.
Well, yeah.
If it changed during the World
Isn't that
War
the
II.
English that are doing the basalt pavement over there?
I believe so, yeah. The British, of course, will focus on the
Great Pyramid.
The Great Pyramid. Now this is the area that has more shafts than any other. We can see this one. Of course, the wall is built by the Ministry of Antiquities.
Yeah.
It's the same stone masonry that they used to do the reinforcement at some parts.
And useful for tying your horse up for you. What's up, horsey?
Look. The small blocks over here shows that there could be a passage going into this level.
Yeah.
And we all know that the Osirian shaft, we look to the bottom and it's just the bottom of the first level, and that there are two other levels below.
What do you think? Horse? Huh? Yeah, okay.
The mom is panicking and the kid is screaming because she feels that her mom is panicking.
Yeah. That is about right. I guess we
عارف.
give away the camels.
So when we look at other shafts that is exposed or open to the air like this one, this massive one right here,
It's a big structure, right?
huge. And
Are these blocks or is this cut bedrock?
no, this is cut bedrock. But it used to have blocks because if you look on the
Yeah,
surface,
I can see the inset, yeah.
yeah, the inset, exactly. How come you didn't teach me this word long ago?
Inset?
The inset, it's a good phrase.
Yeah.
And also on the edge here. So there used to be a ceiling. And you can see the mortar. There is
yeah.
no doubt that this shaft used to have a structure on top of it. Which this part here
Yeah.
was also to have the blocks covering this gallery. We can see the mortar even that they put between the stone and the blocks. And the inset
Yes, the inset on the blocks here.
is right here and here, which shows that there used to be. What the hell is that? What is this thing with the edge?
I don't know, that's a block though. It's
But
like,
it looks like basalt or something.
it does, doesn't it?
Ah.
It's like someone shoved a block in there or something
Somebody
in there.
maybe made a burial there from the 26th dynasty. It's a very common thing.
Like
It's a
this.
very common thing. And actually, the archaeologists think these were done in the 26th dynasty. That's crazy.
And you don't know. I mean, these must have been excavated at some point. I mean, it's obviously filled up quite a bit.
Yes,
But
but imagine if
don't-
this was sealed and between the blocks
huge.
there is a space that is taking sand.
Yes.
With this space underground, it will keep taking sand for a very long time.
Yeah, with a little crack.
Especially when we find the evidence that it used to have stones on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, this is.
So
what
when
we're
we
gonna see
find
over
these
here.
spaces, and also we find it sometimes beneath huge blocks that can work for a ceiling,
Yeah.
something that will be 9 meters long, big enough to seal a huge shaft underground like this one.
Yeah.
So if we have these and they used to have the casing, why is it harder to believe that we can have more of them?
Over there. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, they're everywhere. There's like
They are everywhere.
one there, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Just
And there is
5, 6
further
over
ones.
there. The Osiris shaft over
The
there.
Osiris shaft, exactly.
Yeah, we've looked at these and they're deep. Some of these are quite deep.
Because sometimes we need to get just to the shade.
Huh?
Don't worry.
It's like it's on maximum attack here. Hang on, let me just. Yeah, there you go. That's good.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna drop it.
No, I'm not worried. I would be I would be fine with that.
I wouldn't.
Probably do me good not to have my
And
phone
we
in my.
can still see that a very similar design, but on a smaller scale, was done here.
Yeah.
With that line that was dug surrounding the
Yep.
well itself, and with some of the pieces actually that was built on top of it. Like
Yeah.
it could be a whole mastaba once or something.
This could have been, yeah.
Yeah. And it's not fully excavated.
Nope. Oh god.
A burial or a symbolic burial?
Don't know.
You can choose between two things: a burial or a symbolic burial.
Yes, one of two things. That's right. One of these looks like they've got like the elevator shaft in it. It has that strange.
If there is the passage that they talked about, that the soldiers of Napoleon's found, and they said it leads all the way from the Sphinx to the Middle Pyramid.
I mean, this is.
They are put in a row here somehow.
Yeah, this is. It
In
is
a
all pretty much in a
strange
row
way.
straight up there, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. But it could be a natural crack.
Yeah, this is the one that's always confused me with this, again, an indentation, but this cut thing on the side here.
Yeah.
I don't
I don't think
understand
it was created for somebody to use his arms and legs up and
No.
down. Yeah.
It's almost like you'd expect for an elevator, though, for like an infrastructure side of things for an elevator.
It's very deep.
It is quite deep. Yes.
I can't see the bottom.
Nope. Let me go
Let
full.
me throw the rock. Really?
Yep.
That's water.
Yeah, that is water down there.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, we know it's probably a Cyrus shaft
Yeah.
depth then.
Yeah.
It's-
But is this the first level?
Well, we don't know. I
We
mean,
don't know.
it's like a shaft that goes all the way straight down. So. Another one. This one's
Who's the
got a
ladder?
Yeah.
That looks
good.
more like a tomb. Yeah, that's not the same.
It's definitely a shaft for a tomb, that one probably, yeah.
It looks more like the shafts for tombs. Obviously, they were interested in this one because this equipment
Yeah.
was created so they can go up and down. And look at this ladder down there. I don't assume that this huge bar here was done for the 7 meters deep one here
No.
or less. It's like,
They definitely pulled something up that's bigger out of here.
yeah,
And there's a shaft, well, looks like there's a shaft that goes off
there is a passage, yes. But still, this
to
piece
the
here,
west. Yeah.
with the 3 rings here, shows that they used to send things down
Things
and up.
down and back up again. Yeah.
But
Well, and there's a big beams here. Look at this big steel beam thing over here.
yeah, very long time ago.
Well, this is something sturdy for something else, right? This is like a jack stand or something.
This one,
Yeah.
this was for the wheel,
Ah.
I
Okay.
can tell.
Yeah, the wheel housing at the top of it.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
Holy shit. It looks like it got broken.
Yeah.
Right here.
Does, huh?
It was, look, attached to the ground
Yep.
with
Bo-
concrete.
And bolted into the ground.
So
Yeah.
they were dealing with heavy stuff.
Yeah, something heavy there. That's true.
Mm.
Big old box or something.
Symbolic heavy stuff.
Symbolic. Yes, right. Symbolically heavy. This is kind of cool. You can see the edge of the causeway here.
Yeah. We can actually, we never walked
I don't know. Have we?
on the causeway below further than that. Look at the amount of rubble that needs to be moved from here. Ooh, look at this amount of rubble in this area.
Yeah.
What are we waiting for?
Well, it'd be nice just to drag a ground penetrating radar set up over it at least.
A lot of this was actually
Done already?
thrown here because they removed the rubble from one spot to the next. So what they didn't have value of when they removed this could be very valuable research-wise nowadays. Of course, the
That's the Osiris
entry to
shaft.
the
Yeah.
symbolic tomb of Osiris.
Is this where the cracks are in the thing? Are they
Where?
the cracks in the causeway?
Yeah, there is some of them here, but I I wanted to go and see
Well, yeah, let's go see that.
this area because we haven't
Haven't seen it before.
explored around it. There's a lot. The streams of iron as well are reflected here. Very good. Of course.
It's the trash pit.
I wonder what this pipe is.
Yeah, that's a good question. I wonder if that's... Huh. Yes, it does sort of shoot off in the distance there, doesn't it? What the fuck?
Be careful.
Yeah, I'm not going to fall in, it'll be right.
These shafts are very old, man.
Yeah.
But who came here and bothered making all this? You know, this is the same restoration work that was done, that did the reinforcement for the deteriorated part. It's really good work, actually.
It is, yeah.
The authenticity of the old school of archaeology.
Right.
You think this one also had water, and this they were pumping it out?
I mean, it looks like that,
I
doesn't
will
it?
only assume that.
But it sort of dives off into the over here as well.
Probably early attempts before they make the whole project.
Yeah, to like pump the water out. Huh.
Why they keep him buried like that in trash?
Yeah. Yeah, I get that comment a lot. I tell you what, people like see the videos and they're like, I can't believe the trash. I'm like, yeah, it's just the way it goes.
Makes it.
It's the reality.
Look at the iron streams here. Allah. Look at these.
Yeah, it's all iron oxide.
Ah.
Sure that's not camel shit?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
That was going to be one huge camel if it was.
Yes, old camel. Yeah, it's just like iron oxide or
Iron
whatever.
oxide,
Yeah. It's tough shit. Yeah, that's iron oxide, alright. I recognize that.
Strange part that it is centered in the focal chamber in the middle pyramid.
Right.
Coincidence?
Don't know.
You can choose between two things.
Symbolic.
Symbolic or coincidence.
Coincidence. That's right. Yes. Yeah.
I wonder what's under this rubble. Imagine you can announce in one of the videos that we can now volunteer to work on the Giza Plateau with us.
Yeah.
My goodness, I assume we will have
Get a few people.
thousands of people that will come and be ready for. It's gonna be like, it's gonna be like a historical day.
Yes, a bit of citizen archaeology.
Why not?
Yeah.
All this area.
Yeah, this all needs to be cleared up, doesn't it? Like
Yeah.
this whole thing. Well, there's endless amounts. I mean, honestly, this is the only one. I guess this one too, but that have had their bases cleared. I mean, even the third pyramid, we haven't cleared the base off it yet.
No, we still.
Forget about the red pyramid and all that as well, right?
This one I can see the floor right there.
Yeah, it's not very deep, right?
It's not very deep.
It's just a block here.
And it's a very small block of stone. So they were probably just added to fill some spot, or maybe there is also a big cavity.
Yeah.
But if the iron streams, for example, here were much bigger, as we can see, the stream is actually running here and there,
Yeah.
then you can tell that the ancients emptied out the parts. Now that's camel shit right there. But this is not, this is the iron. And you can see that the pieces that they filled the natural bedrock with is actually where the stream of iron is running. Look at this.
Yeah.
These pieces housed exactly
Where the iron.
where the iron stream is. So this is the function of these pieces. But the 9-meter long ones over there, and I found some more huge ones on the eastern side of the middle pyramid as well.
Yeah.
Now these ones look like they can be a ceiling for underground shafts like these and like the ones we saw.
Yeah.
It's all around us. Why? What is the big deal if we can have more of these? Like, why is it harder to believe?
Right.
Maybe or maybe not. I cannot be positive. But what else would be if the sand is
Yeah, I mean, it's,
through the huge blocks like that?
there's so much just correlating evidence that there's underground. I mean, we know there's stuff underground here. Like you can literally see the shafts, and
Yeah.
it's just then there's evidence for it on the causeway. And I still haven't dragged a ground penetrating radar system up and down it. And even when they did it at the Sphinx, I mean, like you said, it just gets dismissed as, well, that's a natural crack,
Yeah.
even though it's not. I mean, Boris Said, Boris Said was witness to both John Anthony West's GPR survey.
I remember him.
And then also, you know Boris, yeah. Well,
Yeah, I remember he used to come to the house.
Yeah.
Shit was my father.
Well, he passed away
Bless
a while
his
back,
soul.
yeah. But he was a childhood friend of John Anthony West.
Yeah.
And then he was also part of the Shaw expedition. This is Joseph Jehoda, Joseph Shaw. That was the Casey Foundation people. And they also did a ground penetrating radar survey at the Sphinx, and they also found large regular chambers. And so Boris Said's been part of, he saw both of those surveys,
What do
he
you
saw the
think of
results.
these images they've been publishing lately about the satellite that is going on a different cycle that showed the scan for the pyramid with many chambers inside? There is two.
That was, yeah, so there was a paper by some Italians that came out, I think it was like a year or so ago, a year and a half ago. And yeah, it showed these massive like underground ramps and stuff on the pyramid. You know, do you remember Brian? Brian and the English guy, the American?
Yes.
And Julia,
Yes, of course.
his wife, very smart people.
Yeah.
So he obviously works in that industry with satellite-based stuff. He looked at their paper, they looked at the mathematics, and I think they're quite skeptical because for one thing, it's like they basically are looking at data from just like one pass. They weren't, like it's just one pass, and so they're kind of interpreting the data. He was skeptical as to the results.
Very good. It's always good to hear the opinion of experts on the field before.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah, here's a good one. Take a look at this one. I think we got luckier. Looks like somebody wanted to seal it. Oh, really? Wow. Maybe we can pour water this time. Now that is something.
Yeah, it is, huh?
And it's right on the edge of the bigger blocks. Can you see the bottom of it?
Not really.
Of course, it will take more and more and more and more and more.
Yeah,
We need more sand. So, as I said, like, look at the size of the blocks here. Like, you can stand over there. I will stand over here. That's one block.
Yeah.
If there is a corridor running underneath us, what do we need?
Yeah, this was one block, huh?
We
It's
need
like,
a ceiling. And the ceiling blocks are usually required to be a lot bigger.
let's have a look.
And these are a lot bigger. And we know that there used to be another layer of tiling on top of these. So these were actually never meant to be seen.
So it's at least 10 meters long.
Yeah. 9 meters, 10 meters. And they are huge. They're like 2 meters in height as well.
Yeah, they're thick.
So these are all constructed
Yeah, this whole
And they used to
channel.
have tiling on top of it. Where is that?
The tiling, well, yeah, here's the hole.
Looks deep. It looks deep. Look, it gets bigger. High water! Yeah. So, it's worth investigating. Since we have all these shafts on both
Yeah, like
sides
these are all
around
shafts
us.
here,
So why
right.
not more? What could be?
And everyone in the world, I mean, I can tell you, like, there's probably been 300 comments where people say, get an endoscope and stick it down there. So one of those little cameras on
We
a
have to
string.
do it through the official.
Yes.
Because it's...
You get in trouble. They do search you when you come on the plateau.
We
They-
are not authorized to,
Yes.
to do this. Even if we did.
I still,
Like-
I don't think you'd see anything. If it's a large open chamber, you're not going to have enough light down there to see anything. It's going to be dark, and all you're going to see is dark. It's
Yeah,
like you
and
need a powerful
it should
light
be
to
done
light that
through
up.
the academics. That's their
Yes,
job.
that's right.
It's not a problem if we as explorers point out things like these
You're right.
for further investigation. Hopefully, they will give us credit.
Technically, it'd be illegal to even measure how deep that was. So
Look at this. These are interlocking pieces.
yeah, you can see
Like
it,
you
right?
have 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, there is the angle changes here. Look, there is 2 angles. 1 and a 2.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this. Yep.
صباح الورد. ايه الاخبار يا غالي؟
Yeah, they're big blocks of stone. It's another one.
There
Huh?
is the smaller ones as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the ones, I think the one we saw is quite big and beautiful.
Yeah.
حبيب القلب.
Baby.
سلام وبركاته يا حبيبي.
Beautiful weather.
Yeah.
I like it.
Huh?
This is the right weather.
Yes.